Test 1, 2.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live from the Margaritaville Terrace on Fort Myers Beach, 100 feet from the Gulf of America. Here are your award-winning social media superstars, the hosts of Beach Talk Radio,
Hi.
Kim and Ed Ryan.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you coming out on this hot Saturday. I know if you watched the walk around this morning, I did mention that we were going to be, you guys are late. We started at 11 o'clock. Come on. What are you doing? Get over here. It's 11:02 already. We were going to be inside for the show, but then I walked outside and they had all the tents set up. And there's a nice breeze. So we appreciate you guys coming out. I think starting next week, we'll be inside. We have a great show lined up for today. We have a great show lined up for tomorrow. But before we start with our regular content for the show, I did want to send our condolences out to Jim Adderholt and his family. Jim Steele passed away the other day. I don't even think you knew this. Jim Steele was the town manager for Fort Myers Beach for about a year and a half during the transition of when they were going. I think there was a little transition period. I don't remember exactly when it was, but Jim was Jim Adderholt's uncle, and they were moving Jim back to their home. I'm not sure if it was in Minnesota or where. Where's Jim Adderholt and those guys from? Indiana. And so I think he had a medical incident in the drive back to Indiana and passed away. So we want to send our condolences out to Jim and Brenda and to everybody out there in that family. Jim was a super nice guy. He was on the show many times. And he was a great asset to the Fort Myers Beach community, and it's unfortunate that he passed away. So
that is unfortunate.
Yeah. So before we get to our first of three guests today, I need to talk to you about something real quick. So you called me, and I was sitting and I was talking to Perry and Doreen and these folks, and so I didn't have my phone with me, and then I finally.
I hope I don't have like an emergency because you never answer your phone.
I always
called 3
times.
Boy.
Okay, so what? So I I didn't answer my phone. So then I call her back, and by this time she's already
now
on the
I'm hot.
other side of the bridge. She's got the dog on the other side of the bridge. It's 90 degrees out. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, well, I couldn't find a place to park. So I went on the other side. This is how cheap she is. Like, she wants to go onto the other side of the bridge so she can park for free and then walk all the way over so that she can complain to me that I didn't answer my phone because she has to carry the dog and the battery charger.
All the stuff that you forgot. It's
I forgot
like
the battery charger
over the bridge.
Okay, so you couldn't park, like, why didn't you just go to Wahoo Willie's or park under the bridge and pay, or park on Old San Carlos and pay in the meter?
It's $25.
That's what. This is why.
I'm not doing it.
If I gave you $25 cash or credit card, would you do it?
Put it in the bank.
Okay.
No.
So
put it in the bank.
So she shows
I'm
up.
saving for my retirement. You think this, despite what some of you may say,
So
this is not going to be able to carry me through to retirement.
So she shows up with this. We have a dog. We have a new dog here that she got from a rescue.
You got
And so
fake news.
The dog hates the collar. So she shows up with this. She calls it a harness, but it's like she went to the dollar store, of course, because she's cheap. So she goes to the dollar store.
No,
I would go
listen.
to the high-end pet store to buy the dog a golden harness.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't wait. I will say that you guys are really lucky because that Dollar Tree, I think it is, on the other side of the bridge, that thing is massive. They have everything, really nice people. So $1.25
So look,
for the toys.
So she buys this harness.
Don't pick them up like that.
Isn't that what a harness is for? You pick up. It's a harness for a gerbil. That's what that thing is. It's so small, it doesn't fit the dog.
It does fit. It totally fits.
Yeah.
Totally
So here's where we
fits.
are with the dog. Like, we take the dog out. The dog goes pee. You give the dog a little treat, right? Then the dog goes in the house and the dog goes pee again in the house. Like, okay, this is how I pee. You give me a treat. So the dog, I'm like, the dog is peeing everywhere.
He doesn't do that to me. He barks at the door now and he goes outside and he goes to the bathroom. And if he does number one, he gets one treat. And if he does number two, he gets two treats.
Yeah, he's a biter.
He still is a biter.
Yeah,
though.
she was sitting on the couch last night and he went up and clamped onto her face and put a nice bite mark in there. So, but
well,
anyway,
now that we've moved on to that, I do want to take a moment.
Oh, go right ahead.
To wish my mom a happy birthday. Today is my mom's birthday.
Very nice.
So happy
Your mom is a
birthday to
regular
my mom.
watcher, yes, and she loves Fort Myers
But
Beach.
it's 2 hours earlier there, so I don't think she's up.
Right. All right, so let's get Maria on here. Maria is the store manager. Come on down, Maria, from the Margaritaville store. The giveaway choices that we have. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell the people online that watch the show get pissed off because they don't have a chance to participate in all the giveaways we have.
Huh.
So Deanne saw that. What?
Nothing.
So Deanne saw
Gives
that.
me an idea.
And she said that we have a Tervis tumbler to give away to the online audience. So I mean, I don't know how to do that. We have people that are watching online.
Oh, I like your outfit.
Let's see. Well, let's come up with some kind of trivia
love that.
question, dear. Yes, I love that. Is that a sundress? Is that what they call that? Yes. Now, wait a second. So
That's
it's not
really
Maria, it's
got
Marla, by the way.
pockets, too.
Do you sell that here?
I do.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's in the store.
So we need to, Perry, we need to come up with a question for the online audience that I can ask the online audience, and then we'll give them a Tervis tumbler. So you think about that. You and Doreen think about that. And we'll talk to Marla about what's going on in the. First of all, tell us about the store. What do you guys have? For sale in the store. Go ahead.
You're on 3. Okay.
All right. Thanks. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you, Ed, Kim, and Petey, for inviting me. I'm flattered to be on your show.
Oh, thank you.
Don't
Don't be flattered.
Well, I am. It's an honor. You've got a
Well,
nice
thank you.
following. So the Margaritaville store is here in the main lobby, of course, of the resort, and we have a little bit of everything. We have the Margaritaville swag from T-shirts, shot glasses, a little bit of everything on that end. And then we also have a boutique side for men, women. We have doggy merchandise.
Oh.
Petey, I've got a bandana for you, my friend.
And I love your New York accent.
Yes, don't you though? So, funny story. I get asked 100 times a day, where are you from? I'm from Kentucky. You know, like,
Yes,
no
it does
brainer on
sounds
that.
like Kentucky.
Yes. But the other day, I had the cutest couple that came in, and it was a man and a woman. And the lady was like, "Where are you from?" And so they had already been kind of teasing me. And I was like, "New Jersey." And she said, "Well, it must have been the South Side."
And then did you say, "Well, bless your heart"? Because
Yes.
I've learned all about
Bless.
bless your heart in the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Petey.
So
There goes
what's
Phoebe.
going on in the store? What do you have for sale in the store?
So-
Well,
We've got
this
a-
amazing dress.
yeah.
Yes.
How
I've
much
got
does
an
that dress
amazing
run?
100.
All right.
Over
Yeah.
100.
There, you're worth
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
It's nice. The color's great. It's got a little belt. It's got
It does.
pockets.
It's got pockets.
The
I love
pockets are worth
pockets.
$50 right
So what,
there.
what my
Got that
wife
right.
is going to do is she's going to wait till it appears in the Goodwill, and then she's going to get it for $15 after it runs through 2 generations of people.
Yeah. And then
So
I'm
I
going to
brought
walk
a
over the
couple
bridge
of
with it.
things that I'd like to talk about
Yeah,
today.
For sure.
Some of the new merchandise that we have is the Hey Dudes. The Margaritaville
Oh.
branded Hey Dudes. And just remember, we have stuff for the ladies.
Feel
We
that.
have stuff for the
What is a
men.
What does a hey dude mean?
That's the brand,
That's
but
the
they're
brand.
very
Oh, wow.
popular. You're
And
out
Really?
of the loop. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is Hey Dudes that are the water shoe. You can see it's got the ventilation and it has actually the holes on the
yeah.
sole.
so you
Feel how
can go in
light
the
that
pool
weight
with
is.
that.
They probably float.
Yeah.
Oh, look. And your name is on the inside.
Yes. And it has the
How much is
it's
a
called
shoe?
$74.99.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
How do they come
Well,
in
you
12
get
and
two
a
of
half?
them.
They come in whole sizes only, but they run a little big.
All right.
So, and there's the ladies version,
Oh,
which
like
is
those. I
nice,
like
and
those.
it's got the
Yeah.
lime on it. Yeah.
Very nice.
And so that's a real cool, like a beach to bar, a boat to bar, a bar to bar. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, like
Now-
a pub crawl shoe.
Marla, how
That-
long have you
exactly.
been? How long have you been here?
About 3 months before the resort opened.
Okay. So
Yes.
you've been working at the store ever since.
Yes, sir.
Now, are you married or single?
I'm single.
Okay. So are you
Dear, she is
dating?
uncomfortable with your questioning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't ask you about if you're dating.
I'm not dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
work here. I
All
work
right.
a lot
Too
of
busy to
hours.
date.
I'm too busy today.
I mean, you at some point too, like the dating thing, like I couldn't do the app.
If you were to
something
date,
happened
how
to
would you? I mean, what is the? I haven't dated in about 6 or 7 years. So when
Yeah,
when
right.
you
Yeah, right.
if you were to try and go date, I mean, how would you even do that these days?
Right. Exactly. I think that the online presence is what people is the go-to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but it could be any, like
Be
it could be a
creepers.
psycho killer behind
and
that.
I watch way too much Dateline.
Could be like a
so-
Chucky
Dateline.
doll back there.
So when you are in the store working, do
Mm-hmm.
people, the guys hit on you?
No, not necessarily.
stop
we have like
it.
the nicest guest, and
That doesn't mean
so,
that
yeah.
they're not.
So moving right along,
All righty.
Yeah.
Ed.
Hold your own. Hold your own.
Ma'am, are you? There's no video recording our show.
She's
are you
giving
video
you
recording
the.
our
She's
show?
giving you the
Yeah,
evil
permission?
eye.
So
So what
also-
else do you have?
So this is okay. So this is part of my little teaser segment.
I love when you
Are
tease
those
us.
stickers?
No, this is jewelry, and it's called
crazy.
Strung. And I'm going to give you and Ed. It's unisex jewelry. Just for instance, like this is.
Oh my
beaded.
gosh, that's so pretty.
Mhm. And it comes in different sizes. There you go.
It's got the flip flop
Right.
on it.
And each bracelet is inspired by one of Jimmy Buffett's songs. That
No
one's
kidding.
Bubbles Up.
Bubbles up.
And look at
That's
this
Ray
one.
Sandelli's favorite
Look
song.
at that.
Bubbles
That
up.
up.
is made from a guitar string. Now, how cool is that?
Very nice.
Oh,
And that one says, "Breathe in, breathe out, move on."
Right.
And that's my gift to you. Both of you.
Oh,
All can
wow.
have
well,
those.
that was
Yeah,
nice.
Is this a gift to us too?
No,
Oh,
that's not your
damn.
size. Breathe in,
I got a
breathe
coupon
out.
that's a gift for you.
Breathe
Okay?
in and breathe out and move on.
Right.
So-
that is
Isn't
that
sage
cool?
words. Yes.
Yeah.
We love Jimmy Buffett. When they announced that this resort was
Well,
going to be
you love
Margaritaville,
Jimmy Buffett.
okay, that's the
I mean,
point I wanted
liked
to make.
it, but
When they announced that
constant.
this resort was going to be in Margaritaville, I basically wet my diaper. I mean, it was just it was a crazy because we were listening. I was listening to the Jimmy Buffett concerts on Saturday night and Thursday night. It was Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. You guys all know that if you follow him. And so at home we would listen to it, and she would be, and then what's the Bubbles Up song would come on, and she would just lose her shit because it's such a slow song, and she's like, I just want to kill myself. Can you play anything more? You know, you got to be a
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah,
Buffett
yeah,
fan
yeah.
to listen to some of the songs. They're not all fast moving
hey,
songs, but
I like Bubbles Up because
No, you
Ray.
don't.
Because Ray likes Bubbles Up.
you always tell me to turn it off though, or you tell Alexa to turn it off. So anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think that
moving
the
right on.
idea of the guitar strings That's
yeah,
great.
This is a
Isn't
great
that cool?
idea.
That is
Yeah,
cool. Let me see it.
All right.
So we also, for Memorial Day, this is another little teaser. We're going to have some racks, and it's going to be like a blowout sale. So we're going to have several racks of merchandise that's $20 and less.
Very nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people wearing hats I saw today. So you have hats and you have
I've got-
shirts and
I have hats
sweatshirts.
and shirts and hoodies and magnets.
What are
and
the
shot
hours of the
glasses.
store?
9 to 9.
Okay.
7 days a week.
Awesome.
And we also have the opportunity to open the store after hours, just in case, say you come up from the bar
Mhm.
and you're hungry or thirsty and you want a snack, or you're cold and you want a jacket, and we can accommodate that too. So we're 24/7.
So Annette says, Ed, you're making me squirm. What does that mean? I'm sorry if I made you squirm.
You didn't
Just-
make me squirm.
So I have a question now. Bob, are you ready? You have to watch the Facebook, Bob. Get on
Hey,
the
let
phone.
me just tell you, there's a new show
ready.
on Netflix that's called Questions You Can't Ask.
Did you just touch
And
me?
I think,
That was so
unfortunately,
sweet.
I did.
That was nice.
You're going to be on that show.
Where'd the videotaper
ask.
go? I wanted somebody to get that on tape.
Now there's no evidence.
Thank
Wait.
God.
What did you say?
You're going to be on that show. Questions that you can't ask.
Oh,
Questions
yeah.
you can't ask.
I know people are like, did he really ask that question? Wait, what did she say? What was the answer? So,
That's terrible. When?
yes, right. So, Bob, you ready? So, okay. So the question for the online audience, and if I have to mail you the Tervis tumbler, that's fine. You're gonna win
Not
a
to Canada, though.
no Canada's
Not to
like
Canada.
you gotta
Sorry.
you gotta give your first child away if you
Sorry,
want to ship
not to
something to Canada.
Canada.
Mhm.
A Margaritaville Tervis tumbler. What is the name? You have to spell it right too, Bob. They have to spell it right too. What is the name of the
Can
guy
Bob spell it?
in the Coral Reefer band with the beard?
Mm.
That
Oh, that's easy. But the spelling might be
you
hard.
have to know who he is. He's got a big fluffy hairdo. He's like the 7-time musician of the year, 8-time musician of the year. You have to know what his name is, and you have to spell it right. So put it in the chat box. And what we'll do is Bob will take all the names down, and then we'll do a drawing
Don't
for that.
chat
Now you guys
GPT
can't win
it
that because we
either.
got prizes for you guys out here. So
That's
they're going to
right.
be like, shit, I wanted the Tervis tumbler. I didn't want this.
That's right.
No.
So I gave everybody a coupon.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
anybody that's listening today, if they come into the store, we'll give them a coupon.
I
All
love
right.
coupons. What are they for? What's the coupon
Of course
for?
you love
It's
coupons.
for 20%
Percent
off.
off.
Yes, and it's any of the regular price merchandise. And also, as you know, we offer a 25% resident discount with your photo ID.
Rhonda wants you to show the bracelet with the guitar. My wife is the only person.
These are the guitar strings. It's guitar strings.
Angel, Agnes wants to know if you have online shopping.
I do not.
No
Not
online
at this
shopping
time,
for this
but
resort.
Margaritaville.com
Yes.
has online shopping,
course.
but our store in particular
Right.
does not.
She's taking the shoes away, dear.
They don't fit you.
That would be a
anyways.
nice Father's Day gift, wouldn't it, Perry? Nice Father's Day
Absolutely.
gift there.
Yeah, and they're super lightweight.
Sheila has the first correct answer. I'm not sure of the spelling, but that is correct. The M has to be capitalized.
Oh, look at you getting all
I
grandly.
know. So, by the way, my wife is the only person you guys are ever going to meet that has coupons to the Goodwill. I mean, I'm sure you didn't know
I
they
don't
existed,
have
but
coupons to the Goodwill. But if you join their VIP club, you do rack up points. So if you're gonna go to the Goodwill, just join the VIP club, and then
there's
you're
a
gonna
VIP club for the
Yeah,
Goodwill.
Yeah,
Very-
you
I
put
had
in,
no idea.
and then you get points off.
The only
And
VIP
make sure you shop their 50% off thing. I mean, I have gotten some really nice stuff. I got some Columbia hiking pants, like $4.
Yeah.
Sweet.
there. I've
I
seen
know.
some of
Love
the.
that.
I've seen
know.
some of the stuff that you go to work in, and I'm like,
Yeah, the
I probably
outfit the
shouldn't
other
say
day.
anything because that would be wrong. But I mean,
The other day,
Yeah.
the MC Hammer pants are going
that's
to the
right. The
Goodwill.
MC Hammer pants. Were,
And you
God.
wear it, and then you send it, you buy it, you wear it, you send it back, and you're not creating more garbage.
yeah. The only membership I have is to
Reuse.
the Delta Club because I want people to see me walking into the Delta Club
Not
when
anymore.
I'm at the airport.
Not anymore. They won't let you in the Delta Club with the low level card. You have to have the big
I know
level
the
card.
black card.
Or you have to be a diamond member.
All right. Thank you, Marla, for coming on. Big hand
You're
for
welcome.
Marla. Appreciate you. Go
I've got,
visit.
I've got another
Oh,
a couple
sorry.
of more things.
Oh.
Just we're
Yeah,
having
hold your
a lunch-
horses.
Yeah. Are you trying to shoo me
No,
off?
no, no.
Okay. So
I don't
just
want.
real
I don't want there to
quickly-
be a baby born on the grounds here. Is what I'm saying.
So
I'm
on
ready.
June the 4th, we're having a fashion show with lunch.
Bob.
And it's to promote the local businesses. We've got Tuna Skin, The Islander, One Day Jewelry, Holly's Boutique.
Wow.
So that's one of the things that I wanted to kind of get out there. You
Okay.
can get your ticket.
And when is that?
June the 4th.
You're
It's
fired.
on Wednesday.
You're
Yes.
fired.
And then JWB,
Uh-huh.
which is our bougie restaurant on
Yes.
in-house. We're having our first ever wine dinner on Thursday, the 29th with Camus Vineyards.
Very
And
nice.
then tomorrow we have a brunch and lots of availability.
Sweet. All right.
10 to 2, nice menu.
Yes, they have
Come and see
lovely
us.
food over there at
They
JWB.
do. They do. And
Awesome.
fantastic service. I mean, everything is just like top notch.
Awesome. Is that
I'll
it?
get off your show now.
No. Oh, now you make me feel bad. I'm so sorry.
I'm
No.
teasing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Big hand for Marla, everybody. Okay, is that who you picked? Julie House Peterson. They picked your name out to win the Tervis tumbler. You sure you can't leave me a pair of those nice sneakers as a gift for all the promotion, the free promotion I've given them, Margaritaville? What do I get, an employee discount? Our next guest, everybody, is from Doc Ford's and all the restaurants that are part of the Doc Ford's family. Joe Harrity, everybody. We're going to get some updates about what's going on the other side of the bridge. If you did not see the walk around this morning, please go back and watch the walk around. We started out on the other side of the bridge, and we got there, Joe. Oh, I see you got the race
for you,
medals.
little
Very
surprise
nice.
for you.
So,
I can vouch for those Hey Dude shoes too, by the way.
oh, really?
Very, very comfortable.
Yeah, I've never. The only thing I ever wear is a yellow pair of sneakers and these sandals. I
Yeah.
probably should expand my horizons a little bit. So, and have you ever worn them in the pool?
I wear them on the boat sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah, they're it's like very, very thick, soft soles. I don't know. Is anybody in the crowd wearing them? No.
Mostly sandal crowd here.
Yeah,
Flip flops.
they're really comfortable.
So tell us about the company. The company owns a lot of restaurants, Sanibel, other parts of Florida, and tell us about how you and you're
Yeah.
involved in the company.
Yep. So we have it's called HM Restaurant Group. That's our restaurant group, and we own Doc Ford's, Dixie Fish Company, and soon to be Bonita Fish Company. So we have the Doc Ford's, of course, the original that's on Sanibel. We have Fort Myers Beach. We had Captiva, but of course that was affected by Ian, so that one's shut down. And then we have two up in St. Pete in the Jungle Terrace area, which is like towards like Madeira Beach, St. Pete.
Mhm.
Then we have downtown St. Pete at Downtown Pier, which is really cool.
How
So-
are they all in the water up there in St.
Yep,
Pete?
yep,
Oh,
they're on the
that's
water.
nice.
Yeah, the one at the pier is really cool. It's a city property, the St. Pete Pier. So we lease from the city of St. Pete, and it's a whole vibe up there. It's you can spend the entire day there. There's we're at the base of the pier. There's a really cool rooftop restaurant at the end of the pier. There's a splash pad for kids. There's all sorts of stuff to do.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
So when the storm, where do you guys live?
My wife and I live off of McGregor.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you, how long have you been with the company? Obviously, your dad.
Yeah,
your dad-
I grew up. I mean, when it was just Sanibel, I was working at the original one, Rabbit Road, just bussing tables or whatever. Then I went off to school, lived in Atlanta for about 5 or 6 years.
What'd you do there?
I went to school there. Then I worked there. I used to do
no, in Atlanta. What'd you do in Atlanta?
I went to school in Atlanta. Yep.
Oh, in
and then
school.
and then I worked there. I was building websites basically.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
You
for
know,
about 5
school,
years.
that thing you didn't do.
Yeah.
See, she gives me grief all the time about not graduating from college, and I was like,
Because
it's-
what ding dong gets all the way, this is like the tripping at the finish
It's-
line. You get to a senior and then you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to pass on this degree.
Listen,
that
if
I've been
I
working
maybe I
on.
shouldn't say this publicly, but
do it.
college is not all.
No.
I mean,
It's
I
not,
don't know.
but then don't go.
It's-
Don't
I
go
know, I
for
know.
4 years
I know.
and then
That
go.
was a lot of
yeah,
drinking.
no, I'm going to pass.
There was a lot of
unfortunately,
drink.
it's what you think. A lot of people think that's what they are supposed to do.
Drink or go to college?
Both.
College. No.
He went to SUNY Brockport.
Yeah,
that
that's not
has
really
a
a college.
reputation. No.
So I don't want to get into all that, but so you come back and then you get involved in the company.
Yep,
and you
yep. Yeah, I was kind of doing started the marketing stuff, and I was doing all the print ads, from Atlanta, and let's see, that was 2017. So we had Doc's Sanibel, Doc's Fort Myers Beach, Dixie had opened in 2015, and just kind of had a conversation with the family and said, you want to really commit to this or not. So
Mhm.
that was the decision. So yeah,
And you guys
haven't
all-
looked back since.
For those that don't know, you also owned the Whale for a while, the Beach Whale.
Yeah, we did. We owned the Whale for years. That was actually my dad and his partner Mark Marinello's first real restaurant. I think 97 they purchased that.
Wow.
Wow.
So and then we sold the Whale actually
3 months before
3
Ian.
months before Ian. Yeah.
The Millers will never
I
forget.
know. And Mike Miller, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody I'm sure knows the
Yes.
the Whale down the street. It looks awesome.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be
that's going to
great.
be the place to be. So
Yep.
Um,
So when the storm hits in Sanibel, which property got hammered worse? Because I walked around the one under the bridge here.
Yeah.
That was our thing, being around the beach.
Mhm.
But which one got hit worse?
Fort Myers Beach was by far the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fort Myers Beach and Dixie. Dixie was kind of funny because well,
It's
not funny, but
Proximity to the water. I mean, you're
Right,
you're
yeah.
right there.
and everybody has probably seen the pictures of the shrimp boats.
Yep.
Grant shrimp boats were basically piled up in the corner there. But Dixie was kind of interesting because it was built in the early 1930s. And very, very well built, but it's all open air. So like when the water came, it went to the ceiling, kind of took everything with it, of course, but the structure was
Still.
relatively okay. Dock Ford's on the beach. The dock there flipped up, which we
Yep.
think may have protected the building a little bit. And then, of course, Sanibel had probably only 6 inches of water in it, but that parcel that we're on Sanibel is probably one of the higher
A little
parcels on
higher.
the island.
So the
Yeah, because I remember being over there when I did that video with Captains for Clean Water. We ended up at the end over at the Dock Fords to kind of wrap up all the interviews, and it
Yeah.
was.
yeah.
I mean, you could really see the devastation.
What was kind of the ironic part was that, and then the Captiva, of course, was high and dry, just
Right.
a little bit of wind damage. But the irony of it, unfortunately, was that Fort Myers Beach was relatively accessible, right? But the structure was destroyed and everything. Oh, hey, baby.
Bob,
Petey.
come on, Bob.
Well, he was barking.
They took my cord.
He never wants to be on the show. All of a sudden, he wants to be on the show. So-
and then Captiva and Sanibel, of course, you couldn't get there, but Dock Ford's Captiva was relatively fine. It
Mhm.
didn't get flooding at all or anything. So, of course, we always talk about how we could have, if we wish we could have flip flopped those. You could
Yeah.
access Fort Myers Beach and open the restaurant.
So, how's your dad doing, by the way?
He's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, same old. Yeah,
He's very well known. Was
Yeah.
he was he the mayor?
he was
in
the mayor of
Sanibel?
Sanibel, 2003 and 4.
Okay.
He was the mayor during Charlie. I know that.
Yeah, and he's been on the show a few times back in the day when
Yeah.
we were doing the show at Pete's Timeout. And so you guys decide to buy the Dixie Fish Company.
Dixie Fish Company in 2015.
So
yeah.
the thing that I'm sorry, not the Dixie Fish Company. What else? What did you recently buy down there?
Bonita Bills.
So
Yeah.
you buy Bonita Bills.
Yep.
I don't mean to offend anybody, but when when you bought Bonita Bills, people were like, "Can you please keep it the way it was?" And blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I was like, "Are you people kidding me?" Like I really feel like that thing was going to fall in the water. Sorry.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure you're going to keep what you can,
Yeah,
but it
absolutely.
certainly needed
Absolutely.
upgrades.
It did. It really did.
Well, I think they meant keeping the vibe.
Yeah.
No,
And
no, I
that's-
think they meant keep it so that when I sit on a chair, I almost fall in the water. That's what I think
Yeah.
some of them meant. Like, can you keep the boat
Yeah.
there? I'm like, are you? I
It was
mean, what
kind
is
of-
wrong with
it was
you?
kind of funny reading all the comments,
Yes.
of course, like during the process where it was for sale and a few other people were kind of looking at it and stuff. And, people were under the assumption that whoever was going to buy it was going to tear the whole thing down, build these huge condos and blah, blah, blah. And,
Yeah.
I think we're very thankful that we got a lot of positive feedback as the buyers that, we're really doing, like you said, is fixing it up. We're
Upgrading it.
we're redoing the marina. We're gonna have brand new floating docks that we're gonna lease out. We're gonna fix up the menu a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys have poked your head in there at all, but
I did it today.
yeah, we moved the bar to the middle of the restaurant, which is gonna be really
yeah,
cool.
looks cool.
That actually Thursday or Friday just passed rough inspections, so that's looking really good. So yeah, it's just going to be really cool. We're not going to change a whole lot about what it was. It's just we're going to clean it up a little bit and
All the same
put our-
employees,
yeah.
kind of the same food-ish.
Yeah, we're working on a menu right now. We have our executive chef Chaz. He's in the process of building something out now. So
and
it'll
he
be
just got
I
promoted in
wonder
the
if he's
company.
got a special
Yeah.
spoon like Reese. Remember?
He just got a
Yeah, he
promotion in the
did. Yep.
company.
Yep, he just got promoted. We just hired another guy named Brian O'Brien who he ran a restaurant in Marco Island for years. I forget the name of it, but
His name is Brian O'Brien.
yeah, Brian. We call him Bob. Brian O'Brien.
My name is my name is really Ryan,
Yeah.
but I had to change it to something
Yeah.
because that would be really silly.
So yeah,
what-
they're cranking out a menu now, so it should be pretty cool.
of course, the big question is when are you going to open?
Well, we don't have a hard date, but we're shooting for like the end of summer. Yeah.
End of summer.
Yeah, pretty
That's
soon.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean the roof's going to be done next week. The hood's going in as we speak. So it's just really a matter of creating a menu at this point and staffing and
Yeah.
training.
Do you know
and
what
stuff.
he means by the hood is going in?
Yeah, it's the thing that shoots the.
Yeah, we're all
the-
smoke
Okay.
goes.
All right.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not kidding
I have
you.
enough people insulting me online. Do you need to do it in person?
I was waiting for you to go the hood.
Yeah.
And then so the restaurant will be open before the marina is done, of course.
Yep.
That'll be an ongoing process. That's a whole another permit and project in and of itself. But
So you guys are actually in San Carlos Island, which John King wants to.
Right.
He wants to annex and wants
Annex,
to
yeah.
own that. What do you? Would you?
we're kind of indifferent to it. I don't
Yeah.
really see a reason to do it.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Right.
I know people that live on San Carlos Island for the majority are
Yeah.
really against it.
He doesn't see a reason to do it either.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
it's-
make any sense.
I don't
why I
think
brought
so
it up.
either. And we're actually part of Lee County. Like
Yeah.
our permitting goes through the county and stuff, which
Well, that was really what I wanted to ask you.
yeah,
How
was
is that process?
process?
it's I mean it is what it is. You know, it's like everyone says, you know, oh, you could be lucky you're not the town. You could be lucky you're not Sanibel, but you know, the county's just as slow. It's all, you know.
It's all it's everything is relevant. Like Sanibel, there's not a spotlight on Sanibel like there is
Right.
that we put on Fort Myers
Yeah.
Beach. If there was, I'm pretty sure they would
Right.
be
I know,
kind of
but
in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's not
I-
going quickly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I just, you know, personally, I think they just need to figure out either a timeline or something and put their heads together and just say, listen, we're not trying to, you know, we're not building a Ritz-Carlton out there or over here. We're trying to do something that's not really that different than what was here, but we're just trying to clean it up a little bit. So here's your permit. Here's your permit. Here's your permit.
What do you
Let's
think
get
of
it
the
going.
whole thing with the South Seas?
I knew you were gonna go there
You
as
don't
soon
have to
as
say
you
anything
said
if you don't
that.
want to,
Well,
but that's causing angst.
Yeah.
It is.
Like
yeah.
Seagate over here,
Yep.
it's causing
Yep,
angst over
same
there.
situation. And I think, unfortunately, I don't really, people think that, like I said, there's going to be this huge change over there whenever they decide to build something. It's not that they're not asking for an incredibly high increase in the density or anything, right? I mean, it's not like,
It's hard to understand because when you try and watch what's going on
Yeah.
there, I mean, they have 3 days of public comment,
Right.
and then when I talked to one of the Lee County commissioners, he says, you know, they're only asking for 7 feet higher. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, well then why are so many people like
right. Yeah.
in?
What's the big deal?
But then you get all our friends from like SECF and the whole thing. It's like it's
I know.
hard to follow
Yeah.
all that. What's
Well,
going on there.
Another thing too on Sanibel, you know, 70% of the island or something like that is preservation.
Yes.
It'll never
That's
be
pretty
anything.
cool.
Right.
So yeah, I just, I don't
No,
know.
and they have pretty strict
Yeah. Right.
rules
Yep.
that they stick with,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It's funny. It's like years ago when they did the new causeway at Sanibel, there was all these like caricature drawings of what the causeway was going to look like. And they had like big McDonald's signs on them and all this and that. It's just like,
It looks great right now.
So I know it's really dramatic. You know?
And so your wife is
Yeah.
this your first
If
child?
I drop the mic and run out of here, it's because she's going to have a baby.
Yeah,
Is
that's
she-
right.
is
If I
this your
drop the
first
mic,
child?
First
I'm
kid,
gonna
so
yeah.
run.
you're having a baby
Girl.
girl,
Baby
and
girl, yep.
she's 2 days
She's 2 days
past.
late.
Yeah.
So we're not even really supposed to be here, I guess.
No kidding. Like that's crazy.
No,
So
she's a trooper though.
how do you prepare for your first child? What have you been doing?
We got the nursery's done, right? Everything. I have a go bag in my truck.
What's
Yep.
the name?
Go
You have a
bag.
name picked out?
Not yet.
Oh, come on. You don't have a name picked out?
We got a
they
few.
got names, but they're gonna wait.
Let me ask you a question. Have your parents tried to name the child?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what
See?
she's trying to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
She's trying to name the grandchild.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to stop. You need to stop. Jillian's
I'm
going to
not
name
doing
the
it
boy
anymore.
whatever
So what
she
we're
wants.
doing, actually, I don't know if my parents are even watching this right now. They might be, and now we're really busted. But we're trying to keep a secret as to when we go to the hospital. So,
Why would you do that?
and her grandma's been texting, calling her, and same with me. It's just
Because unlike what you did to me, she probably doesn't want a parade of he brought his co-workers to the hospital.
So
All the salespeople that came in. So now I'm sitting there. For those of you, who've gone through childbirth, you're not looking so spiffy after you popped out this 8-pound plus baby naturally. and he's parading all these 20-something-year-old
So-
gorgeous salespeople into the room, and I'm like, God.
So I have to. One of the things I did was back then you didn't have there was no cell phone like this where you could take pictures of video. You had these big giant camera video recorders. So I had one of those big giant I think they had cassettes like the size.
yeah.
I don't know what they were.
Yeah.
They don't
So-
even allow any of that in,
So
in
I
there
took the
anymore.
video recorder and I stood up on the chair because I wanted to videotape the entire birth thing. We have that on videotape. I don't even know if
And
you can
we've
play it on
never
anything right now.
Watched it. We never watched it.
Oh, I have.
Oh,
I have.
they didn't.
So-
Well, you barely made it
Yeah.
because you were being such a baby with, I got a migraine. I'm like,
Oh, how many times are you going to tell that
hello?
story? If you've ever had a migraine, I mean, they're killer. Have you
Oh,
had
yeah.
a migraine, Joe?
When I was a little kid, they knock you right out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very stressful being married to my wife. So we get
You didn't
migraines all
even
the
take
time.
me to the hospital. You were like, I'm too sick to take
Here,
you to
this-
the hospital. My mother had to do it. So
Yeah,
there you go.
The show is
And
not
she
about
didn't know
us.
how to
Joe is
get
here
there.
to talk. Wait, we haven't even
So I'm
said.
glad you have your to-go bag and you know where you're heading.
Oh
to
yeah,
deliver
yeah.
this
She's actually
baby.
an ER nurse too, so she'll probably know everybody that's in the
Oh,
room
well,
anyway.
that's,
So
that's
Oh,
why
that's not
she's
even
so
fair.
calm. That's why she's so calm.
I do think her pregnancy's been virtually perfect. It's kind of bizarre, so I am predicting that our little girl is going to be a bit of a devil child.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the pregnancy has been like flawless. So
Yeah.
knock,
So-
knock on wood.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
the-
I know.
What is the over under on how many hours you'll be in childbirth? Like what? How long? How
full
what is
full
the,
day.
What is the typical labor? 12 hours? You're in labor for 12 hours. Wow.
I feel like 12.
Thank God it's not football season,
Yeah.
right, Joe? I mean, that would really suck. So really, we haven't spoken about the main reason you're here yet. Is that
Oh yeah,
you guys
Yucatan shrimp.
you guys are a Yucatan shrimp.
Yeah.
You got a whole thing going on there.
Yeah,
So.
so it's kind of funny. So you guys probably are all familiar with Yucatan shrimp at Doc Ford's. You're probably also familiar with National Calendar Day. You have like National, Beer Day, National
Everything.
Cousin Day, National anything day. So we applied 2018, 2019. We just said, as a joke almost, let's apply for Yucatan Shrimp Day. And we got accepted.
Where do you apply for that?
It's online.
for?
Yeah, it's like a whole
Like, who's
registration
the-
process.
Who's the managing group for the national
It's
whatever
called
day?
National Day Calendar. That's the name of the
Okay,
organization.
all
Yeah.
right.
But I guess they said like thousands of people apply every year and they picked like 30.
Huh.
So, we did it as a joke, and sure enough, a month later we get an email saying we got approved. So anyway, ever since then, it's May 24th. Ever since then, we've been doing different events each year, and this year we're doing a 7K out on Sanibel. That starts at the Dock Fort on Sanibel. And actually, I brought you guys. Here's my little gift. I know it's not Hey Dude shoes or anything like that, but I brought you guys honorary
Oh,
medals
nice.
for you
Look at
to
that.
wear.
By the way, we're honorary citizens for now, anyway, of Fort Myers Beach. But when the town council changes, that'll be revoked.
So it's May 24th. The race starts at 7:30. It's 40.
A 7K.
This is nice.
It's a 7K, yeah, which is a
Something
little different.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How'd you come
7K
up with that?
Well, just because everyone does 5K, so we figured we
Okay.
switched it up, and there's 7 ingredients in the Yucatan shrimp, so we kind of
Gotcha.
tie it to that.
Good
So
plan.
yeah, everything about it's really goofy, but it'll be really fun.
So
But,
what's the course?
Are people going to have to drink beer
Here,
on the
I
course?
asked-
or
I
is
asked
They
it-
can,
I
yeah.
asked a question,
Yep.
and then you asked the question.
Yeah.
Usually, you let me ask a question, he gets an answer, then you ask the question.
No. You're always cutting
You
me
asked the
off.
question like I wasn't even sitting here. So
Well, I wish
There-
you weren't
yeah.
sometimes, but
the course will have beer, and it's over. It starts at Dock Fort Sanibel, and it goes down Tarpon Bay, back down Tarpon Bay, down Islandin Road. We had a little bit of a time getting the course approved through the city.
Yep.
But they were nice enough to let us do it. There's
so
a
you
lot
have
of
to shut the road down.
yeah.
Okay,
It
so
will
it's
be,
on
yeah.
the road, not on the beach.
It's on the road, right? Right.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which we
that's
may next year, depending on how this turns out. This is the first time we've done it. We might switch that up.
mhm.
We've organized 10 races on Fort Myers Beach
Okay.
in the last 3 years and never tried to shut the road down because
Oh,
it's,
okay.
we
Hey.
run on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, you don't have to
Yeah.
get LCSO involved and
The beach might be a good idea. We might have to knock it down from a 7K though.
because how long is the Sanibel Beach?
Well, the beach itself. Oh, I don't know. Probably
How long is the Does anybody know?
Sanibel's probably what 12 miles long or so.
The beach?
Yeah.
The whole
Well,
beach? Is it that long?
Yeah.
Think That's a great
I
trivia
think
question right there.
Sanibel's. Yeah, that is a good trivia question.
Yeah.
I think it's like 12 miles long, maybe 4 miles wide, something like that.
People love to run on the beach, Joe.
Yeah.
They love it. They love it. I
Yeah.
mean, it depends on the
It's
tide
hard.
and the whole
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
When
we
there's
we had a race last weekend right here. It started and finished right here.
Oh yeah.
The problem that they had was down, which is fine. You don't want it to be easy for people.
Right.
You want
Yeah.
there to be somewhat of a challenge. That when they got down toward the pink shell, the tide was a little higher than they
Oh,
expected,
yeah,
so
yeah.
they hit a little water.
Yeah.
Then their sneakers become
Yeah.
heavy,
Right.
and so
Well, and I saw
That's fun,
online
though.
that the Captiva Tri, they're
Oh,
bringing
yeah.
that back.
Yep. When is that?
I don't know. That is a great question.
Yeah.
I just saw. it.
Ours, our 7K. We're gonna do all the proceeds will go to SCCF.
Nice.
Sanibel.
what's the registration fee?
$40.
Very
Yep.
nice.
And you can sign up on runsignup.com
Yep.
or do we have a Facebook event on our Facebook page? But there'll be all sorts of vendors there. We're going to do, there'll be live music at the end. We're actually going to open early that day at 10 a.m.
Sweet.
So there'll be a whole setup down there. It'll be a lot of fun. A bunch of giveaways. We're doing anybody that enters the race, you get entered into a Yeti giveaway. So we have a Yeti cooler
Ooh.
filled with a bunch of Doc Ford swag, and yeah, it'll be really fun.
So the who's timing your race? You know, is it
I
the
think it's through Run Sign Up. I think.
okay?
Yeah. Some of our guys that manage the Doc Ford Sanibel location set everything up, and
And that's May 24th.
May 24th. Yep. 7:30 is the start. Then, like I said, it should be over around 9:30 or so. Then we're going to open. We usually open up at 11, but we're going to open up at 10. So
Top three baby names in your mind are
I wasn't supposed to say, but
Well,
Charlotte.
don't do it then. I don't want you to
it's
get in
fine.
trouble.
It's fine. Charlotte, Brenly, and Logan, not Mackenzie.
Charlotte, Brenly, and Logan.
Charlotte, Brenly, and Logan.
And your wife's top three names are the same three
yeah.
names. A good call.
Well,
Same
She
three
said
names.
besides Logan. I guess
Besides
Logan's
Logan.
not going to fly.
Yeah, I'm
Did you
crossing.
say Mackenzie?
I'm crossing Logan.
It's
out.
actually funny. Logan.
Isn't that a guy name? Logan.
No,
Yeah, it's
they
kinda-
could go either way.
Yeah, it's kind of the name Logan was actually kind of funny. We've been obviously like racking our brains on names and whatever, as everybody does. And we're sitting at the bar at the steak place up at Sunseeker Resort,
Uh-huh.
and what is it called? Murray's. And some ladies sitting next to Mandy, and like they're kind of chit chatting for a few minutes, like while we're eating and stuff. And right as the lady's getting up to leave, she goes, "Oh, you should name your kid Logan." And she just like drops the mic and leaves, you know. And we're like,
Yeah.
Logan's an awesome name.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. I
Oh
wouldn't-
yeah, the middle name's Elizabeth after her mom.
Oh, okay. I like
So,
that. I like
yep.
that. So what is it? When do you think are we taking a guess on when baby's going to be born?
We're 2 days late, so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
anytime
Wow.
now.
So anything final you want to talk about as far as the restaurant or the race?
No, the race is going to be a lot of fun. May 24th, sign up. Yeah, it's for a good cause. And then yeah, Bonita Fish Company. We're really excited to get that open. I think everyone's going to really enjoy it. It's just going to be a really cool environment down there. That one road that terminates at Dixie Fish, it's a county road, and we're going to try and vacate that road. And
Dude,
you
it's
know,
super clean down there.
Yeah.
I was there this morning. You
Yeah.
guys are really
we're gonna try and do some type of like open container law where you can
Oh,
walk back
cool.
and
Yeah, that'd
forth
be
everywhere.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
parking will be much improved, of course, now that we own Dixie and
Yep.
Bonita, of course. So yeah,
Now-
it's going to be awesome.
Now you joined the Fort Myers Beach Chamber. You're on the board now
Yep, a couple months ago.
of the
Yep.
Fort Myers Beach Chamber. So when you do the ribbon cutting, will it be a Fort Myers Beach ribbon cutting or a Lee County ribbon cutting?
It'll be Fort Myers Beach.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you'll let us know about that?
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean,
Absolutely.
we have 9 followers. We'll try and get
Yeah.
them all there. All right,
yeah,
Joe.
we'll absolutely do that.
And we'll see you at the
Yeah.
race, man.
Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you guys
Big
very
hand
much.
for Joe
Appreciate it.
Harity,
Thank you.
everybody. Appreciate you
you.
coming down here. All right. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. And before we get to our Amy Green is going to be our next guest from Pro Green. Amy Green. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, I'll get it right. Before we get to our guest from Pro Green, I need to tell you about a couple of our sponsors. He's totally asleep right now. Totally asleep. Michael Stewart is one of our sponsors. Michael Stewart is the structural engineer that you need to get in touch with if you're rebuilding, if you're building, if you want something that's structurally sound, if you want something that doesn't fall down on Estero Boulevard so that you have to lift it up because the guy didn't have a plan. He thought he had a plan, but he didn't really have a plan. The plan fell through and then fell down. Call Michael Stewart. He helped engineer the repairs to Tuna Skin, the Shipwreck, Zushi Building, all on Old San Carlos over there. And you can give them a call right now at 239-292-7670. 239-292-7670. Or you can go online at mstewartpe.com. That's mstewartpe.com. Our second sponsor, our good friends at the Pancake House. Can we get a big hand for our friends at the Pancake House? Yes. Brian and Stacy are good friends of the show. We always like having a special show with our friends at the Pancake House, and they are open. Early in the morning, they have a full bar over at the Pancake House. Even though they say they close at 7:30, they will stay open, or close at 2 o'clock rather. They open at 7:30. They will stay open if you need them to. They have a full liquor license. They are locally owned and operated, and they will make whatever you want. If you want an egg white with mushrooms, they'll make it for you. If you want an egg white without mushrooms and tomatoes, they'll make it for you. They'll note in the back that you're a pain in the ass because of everything that you asked for, but they will still make it for you. The Island Pancake House is over in the Seagrave Plaza. And if you don't know where the Seagrave Plaza is, it's where that big, ugly red bus is that's blocking the sign that says Seagrave Plaza. That's where it is, over by the library. You look very good in the medal. You get a participation medal for being on the show today. So thank you very much.
How about just some participation money for being on the show today?
All right. So
then I could pay for parking.
yeah, you wouldn't pay for parking anyway. You'd put the money in your
I'd
pocket.
put the money in the bank.
Yeah, and you'd go buy the dog a gerbil harness. All right,
I gotta
Amy,
save for my retirement.
come on down, Amy from Pro Green. We have Amy from Pro Green, and I wrote down the other. I know I wrote his name down, and I can't find
You
where I
better
wrote
get
it.
his name right, because
I know.
he's not.
So
He's
let me,
imposing.
yeah. So let me give you the history of.
Listen, give this. Yeah,
We have
he
4
needs-
chairs.
Well,
Oh
move
shit!
your stuff.
Sorry. Go ahead, move it over, and I'll move this chair. A little history of why I invited Amy on the show, because I was doing walk-arounds at a Seaside. I think it's Seaside, right? Yeah. Is that the name of it? The condo building across the street from Publix. Right, yeah, we're good. And I was looking at the landscaping, and I said to Todd and Andy, I said, wow, this landscaping is spectacular. Like, who did the landscaping? And he said, Pro Green did it. And so they connected me with you, and we were going back and forth about coming on the show. And here you are, and you're doing a lot of work on the beach. So first of all, tell everybody about who you are and the company.
Thank you very much. My name is Felipe. I'm one of the owners of the company.
There you go.
I also have another partner, Alex. He's not here today.
Felipe,
Yes.
it's 90 degrees out. You're wearing jeans and a long shirt.
I'm working, so.
All right.
Yeah, he's
So
got to stay
is
covered
that,
in the
is that to
sun.
keep the sun out
Yeah, to
off
keep
you?
the sun
I
off
see.
me.
But
I'm
you
so
got to be
used to it.
sweating your ass off in
Nah,
that outfit.
You get
I'm
used to it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
used
you're
to
not
it.
sweating right
No,
now.
no, no, not
How
at
is
all.
that possible that you're not sweating?
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
don't sweat much.
All right.
You know,
Good enough.
so I'm out in the sun all day, every day. So
Yeah.
I try to protect, even though I'm trying to protect myself from cancer and all that.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair
nobody
enough.
wants
So I
skin
didn't mean to
cancer.
interrupt. So go ahead. You were talking about the company, and nice and close with the mic, though, so everybody
Okay.
can hear you.
How long have you been in business?
So we've been in business since 2017. So how it worked out after Hurricane Irma,
Uh-huh.
Alex is my best friend. He was doing landscaping. I've been in the paver business all my life. You know, my family is in town. They got a pretty good sized company, well known. I was doing all his paver work, and I was sending all my
It's part of the show.
landscaping work to him. And
Yeah.
Hurricane Irma hit.
Irma.
Yeah, that's when they got their
2017.
start.
Wow.
Mhm.
So we partnered up, and the rest is history.
So how did you get involved in the company, Amy?
How did I get involved with the company? Actually, Felipe and I were sort of friends, just acquaintances, and we were out boating one weekend. And I was working for another company, and that was before I think even Ian hit.
Yeah.
And then after Ian hit, we started talking, and I have a lot more opportunities with his company right now.
And what do you do there?
I do landscape design. I sell.
I see you got the boots. You're rocking the boots, the
I
work
go on
boots.
jo- I was at
Yeah.
a job site this morning off island.
Thank God you said boots. I didn't know what you said, the boots, because I didn't know she
No,
had
she's
boots
got
on.
like
I was at
hiking
job site
boots
this
on, like
morning,
working. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wear
yeah.
this every day. This is
Yeah.
what I wear. I always wear skirts.
I love skirts.
I do.
I
What
didn't
are-
wear one today. I usually wear one.
And
They're-
shorts underneath.
Oh,
I
I
know.
hate those things.
No,
Those-
I love them.
it's like it's
Yes.
like you. I think people wear them because they think they're tennis players.
No one's asking
No, I
you
wear
to
it
wear
Yeah,
one.
well, she wears them
Pockets.
because she gets them at the Goodwill and she thinks she's a tennis player. But I mean, how much?
I got one and I run in it now. They're very versatile.
They are. You can
Yes.
carry your phones and
Yep.
everything you need.
Yep.
Maybe I should get one.
Why not?
So-
nothing's gonna help those legs, dear.
The one insult after another.
Yeah, that one really hurt you.
Yeah. So I saw the landscaping outside Seaside and it was fabulous. Like, I mean, I know this is probably a dull topic for some people, but I mean, Fort Myers Beach needs some beautification. It needs some landscaping. I mean, if you go up on the north end, you'd see Rose's little spot, and then it's
I love
shit.
that.
It's shit everywhere else. It's sand, it's broken sidewalks. And I keep harassing the mayor to tell him, why can't we do something? How come we can't get some kind of project going? Because I think flowers, I'm a big flower person.
Me too.
I love colors. I love going
Me
out
too.
on the weekend and planting flowers in our
Do you
backyard.
prefer annuals or perennials?
Yes, dear. I love all of the above. And I just think that if you put some plants, I'm losing all the ads. So if you're an advertiser today, I owe you one. So if you somehow there were some plants up in the north end and you got all that, you got Rose and then you got everything else. But the stuff you guys did out in front of Seaside, you folks, if you're driving by, if you're stuck in traffic like you were when the rebar fell off the truck yesterday, you should stop and look. That's your work.
It's one of the places we've done here. Yes.
Yeah. What did you do there? You did.
We did irrigation, landscaping.
Thanks, Bob.
That's all we did
We
there.
did the grading and
Oh
also
yeah, all the
Yeah.
grading.
And then, so you sent me some pictures. So where else are you working? That
we
Right.
got jobs all over the place right now.
yeah.
So you work
Uh,
all over Lee County?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 50% of our work. No, probably 60% is Fort Myers Beach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
But
nice.
we also doing stuff in Sanibel. A lot of stuff right outside of.
Do you
the
like
island.
Sanibel or Fort Myers Beach better?
I like Fort Myers Beach. I grew up right outside of the island,
Yeah.
so
What do you mean? Like where?
like between Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel, Iona.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
For a little bit, I lived off of Oak Street
Yeah.
for like a year or so.
So how
So
many?
do people, I didn't get to ask any questions. We're supposed to take turns. Do people ask for like, they want to stick all native?
It depends.
Okay.
It really does. A lot of it depends on. I mean, we've had some customers that want nothing but green, or they want nothing but native,
Right.
and then you have the other people that are like, no, we want.
What are the
color.
native
I want
plants?
stuff that I don't have to take care of. What's the least
Yeah.
work? What plant or what flower is the least amount of work that I would have to do?
Bromeliads.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love them. I love them.
Easiest thing in the
We
world.
used to have some of those, and
Yes.
we still managed to kill them as well.
So what is your technique to kill a cane frog?
Oh yeah, do you run into that, or are they just out at night?
Felipe, come on, man. This is a serious issue right now.
There's
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
a cane frog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cane toad.
Is
Cane
it
toad.
cane toad?
They're
Cane
toads.
toad.
There was did you guys see the story on the TV station? Like one guy caught 26 cane toads in Gateway where we live in one development, 26. So our neighbor's like, yeah, I'm going to come by your house with a flashlight. And so if you see somebody coming around your house with a flashlight, it'll be us.
It's
He
like a
goes-
sport now.
he goes,
It's
I
like
had
deer hunting.
I had 15 of them in my freezer. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Like you put them in the freezer because they smell. I'm like,
No.
I think I told the story. I
Yeah.
found one. I have now a spear with 3 things on it because apparently you're supposed to jab them in the head. You're supposed to kill them. That's how you kill them humanely. You jab them right in the top of the head and it kills them instantly. Like you think I give a shit if I kill a cane toad? They're trying to kill my dog. I want to burn you.
they
I don't
didn't
want you to
come
die
here.
a slow death.
They
Have you-
didn't come here. It's not their fault. They were brought here.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know this. There's another toad and
Yes.
frog that looks
Southern-
just
Mhm.
like a cane toad.
So you have to be careful.
I personally can't tell the difference.
Right. So
You
kill
know.
them all.
Well, if you grab
the
it
oth-
and the white stuff comes out, that is the cane
so
toad.
the other one that looks just like it is a native.
So what do you
Yes.
do? Like,
I
who's
don't
going to
got-
find out?
I
You
don't
think
got
Carmine's
dogs.
coming after me because I killed a frog? It's not like I dropped a cat.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the story about the cat? That
Yes.
guy needs to burn in hell.
I
Did
didn't
you see
it, and I
that?
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that guy's going. I mean, Carmine doesn't put up with that kind of stuff. But I don't think he's. You think he's coming after you for killing native
No,
toads?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't believe
No,
so.
I mean, I don't want them
Okay.
killing the dog. It's kill or be killed in our neighborhood in Gateway right now.
Well,
I mean,
then
it's-
when you walk the dog, you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
I
well,
don't
when you
think
walk
we
the-
have the problem here on the island.
No.
I don't think you
No,
do
we
down
don't.
here.
Oh, you have
either.
chickens.
We're getting crushed out there.
Yeah. No, it's mostly politicians on the island that are the problem. It's not the cane toads. But that's a story for tomorrow.
That was such an easy low blow.
So, what
Uh-oh,
what
Petey's.
do you like? How can people get in touch with you to beautify their homes or their neighborhoods or their condos? Like, how do
So
they
You
find
reach
you?
out, Amy.
Yes.
I can
We
give
got
you
a
my number.
website,
Yeah, we do have a
and we can
website.
Put a link to it if we could.
Yeah, for sure.
On your page.
Yeah.
You get a hold of Amy. She'll
Yeah.
go through. Depends because there's a couple of different parts of the company. You know, there's the landscaping, the pavers.
We do pavers too.
Yes, we do
Yeah.
pavers. We do-
Irrigation, lighting, demo.
See, one of
We-
the things that I want to make sure that our audience, we've got like a special bond with our audience, that we put companies out there that they can trust. Like, you don't want to put
Appreciate
people
it.
have been having
We appreciate
problems
that.
with contractors lately, like they
Oh.
go out of business or they don't show up and things like that. I'm not saying that about you
No.
guys. Obviously, people love you.
Thank you.
Todd and
Thank you.
Andy couldn't stop raving about your work, and I saw the work and the whole thing. So it'd be nice to be able to say, okay, let me call Amy and Felipe and say, I got a cane toad. I mean, I need some landscaping
Yeah.
or pavers, because there's a lot of pool work that needs to be done too right now on
Pool
the beach.
decking, yes.
Right.
So one thing is, like you're saying, bad contractors. I wasn't born in Fort Myers or the island, but I was raised here.
Yeah.
And I plan to stay here the rest of my life. So
Right.
I like to treat people the way they treat me, you know, be taken care of.
Do they treat you okay, the
Yes,
people, or are
yes,
they uppity?
yes. Oh no, they're
No.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. We have always
go to
had
Perry's
really,
house.
really good customers. I never had problems with customers.
Yeah.
So
What was the worst thing somebody's ever said to you that you wish you wanted to really choke them out?
I don't even remember.
Nothing ever like that
No,
happened.
no,
You should
no.
get on my page or some of the pages that.
But we also work with a lot of local companies as well.
Like, what do you mean?
We have other companies around here that we work with. Like
Yeah.
we work with Randy from Property Medic. We do
Nice.
work with Brad.
You know, we've never
our
had
friends.
Randy on the show. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about
He
Property
does
Medic,
beautiful work.
and they build houses.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yes.
they do. Beautiful
Yeah.
work.
When you say
Beautiful work.
Property Medic, you think I'm going to knock the house down or
No.
fix it, but he builds houses too.
Yes,
Beautiful.
So,
Yes. He
You
has a
seem
bunch
like
going
a
up.
pretty laid back guy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty easy.
Yeah.
going.
Is that-
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
get
laid
stressed.
back. I'm the wound up one.
so just about being. Wait, are you guys dating?
No.
Huh?
All right, because you
God,
said all right.
no.
Well, you
No.
said you said we kind of thing. I mean, it's none of my business if you're dating.
No. The dynamic, like I said, there's three of us that like
Was that out of line?
handle
Yeah.
it.
Was that out of line, Amy?
No,
I'm gonna stop
So
dating
is
you.
that ketchup on your shirt or is that a
That's
gunshot wound?
grease. I was,
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
It
earlier.
looks like blood or something. So
Yeah,
just want to make sure
earlier-
you're okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Earlier today, I had to go pick up one of our excavators. We just got just got done with a demo over at Kinetic Street, and I just hauled it to my shop. And then on Monday, we're gonna take it over to Sanibel. We're gonna do a demo there too.
Oh, you
See,
are.
That is hard work,
I know.
clean boy.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for people that do hard work.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
he used to mow our lawn, but now he's got
No, I pay
somebody.
people for it.
Yep.
Yep.
Now
he's
my
a big
mission is life
sissy.
to kill cane.
He used to be out there with the lawnmower, except he could never get the mix of the oil and the gas right. Could never get it started. It was a whole mess.
It's
We
not
ended
for
up getting an
everybody.
electric
you know?
one.
It's amazing we're
Yeah,
still
no.
together. Like
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
she
no.
criticizes me about mowing the lawn. Bob, do you get this a lot from your wife? No, it's only
No,
me.
because he knows how to do that stuff.
That's true.
If I didn't tell you to get an oil change in that car, in that beast you have, it would blow up.
Typically, when I see Bob over at Wahoo Willie's, I see his ass because he's underneath the John fixing the toilet over at Wahoo Willie's, right? Because he's a plumber.
He's a plumber.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that sounded weird, but that's usually where I see him. So, Anything else you want people to know about Pro Green?
No, if you pretty much like landscaping, pavers.
How can
demos.
people get a hold of you?
Well,
Well,
I can give you my cell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
It's 239-722-8113.
Sweet. Anything else? Is there another place that people can go by and say, okay, that's Pro Green, other
Um,
than Seaside, where they might be able to see from Estero Boulevard?
Well, we did Beach Villas down next to the Pink Show. We've done that one twice.
Batiki. We
But
just
yeah.
we just finished the parking lot in Batiki.
Okay.
We
Batiki.
did a lot of work at the Lani Kai
Okay.
after the storm. There's multiple places here, condos and everything.
I'm
Where
working with
can-
Sun Caper. That's probably the longest one that I've been in contract with. They haven't caught a break, but they're on the right track now. Everything's starting to go in, and
Well, good.
That's
So
down at
you
the
gave
south
out
end.
your phone number. Is there a website?
Yes, Pro Green.
landscapingandpavers.com.
All right, and we'll put that all on our Facebook page with sorry
Appreciate
about your
that.
foot there,
Oh, you're
about
fine.
your booties, with the pictures that you sent me of
Okay,
some of the
great.
places where you can see the pavers and you can see the other stuff. I appreciate you guys coming on and putting
Yeah,
up
thank
with
you
us.
very
so much.
Appreciate you
Yes,
inviting
thank you
us.
very much, Amy and Felipe from Pro Green. Everybody,
Oh, I like
please
your nails.
give them a call if you need something done, if you want to pretty up your place. Folks, before we go, please don't hang up the phone. I need to tell you about Alex King. You see Alex King signs all over Fort Myers Beach. If you're buying property or selling property and you want to create a dream for yourself by putting some big fat Benjamins in your pocket because you sold a nice piece of property, or you want to buy a house and you want to live on the beach and say, I live in paradise, then give Alex King a call, because he is creating dreams and he's elevating lifestyles. He does the research. You want somebody like Pro Green that you can trust. You want somebody like Bob, if you need a plumber that you can trust. He's going to fix your pipes. You want somebody like Alex King that you can trust. You don't want a contractor like Florida Structural Group that is going to just leave and go bankrupt on you. I had somebody call me they saw the story that I wrote on Florida Structural Group going bankrupt from Tampa. She called me and I couldn't get off the phone with her. She told me the whole life story about how they were out $1 million. And I felt bad. I mean, I didn't really care because she was from Tampa and I didn't want to say that out loud. But I mean, I was trying to make sure the dog didn't pee in the house, and I wanted to take the dog outside, and she's going on and on and on. And of course, I said, I'll text you the guy's phone number and the whole thing, but probably shit out of $1 million because he's bankrupt. He filed for bankruptcy. But that's not what you're going to get with Alex King. I bet you thought I lost my place. Give Alex King a call if you want to create a dream or elevate a lifestyle. His phone number is 239-219-0336, 239-219-0336. Well, folks, tomorrow's show is going to be interesting. I will tell you that. We are going to have the mayor on. But of course, there's a lot of stuff going on here on Fort Myers Beach, a lot of shenanigans going on Fort Myers Beach, and we're going to lay it all out. There's a lot of haters out there too, and we're going to put them in their place tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So we suggest that you come to Wahoo Willie's at 9 o'clock to get a good seat, or you watch online so that you can actually see the truth and the facts about what's going on. I called Karen Woodson earlier today and had a nice conversation with Karen, and we'll tell you all about it tomorrow on the show. So 10 o'clock, they open at 9 o'clock, and we appreciate you all coming out. Big hand for the live studio audience, everybody. Thank you all for coming, and have a great Saturday on Fort Myers Beach. Bye-bye.